actually try to go without. Well, I know. We'll try. Oh, brilliant. I'll put it right back on.
Are you supposed to wear that on your first
I know. I probably am. It's.
We don't win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, exactly. It's the lucky hat from the movie. Exactly. So, I know, right? Good morning, everybody. Welcome to yet another beautiful day here in Kansas City. We have a knack for doing these press conferences on only the best Chamber of Commerce days, but we are always proud to celebrate infrastructure improvement and enhancement here in Kansas City. I am excited to celebrate the opening, which we will be recognizing today, of the Briarcliff Nature Trail. This project prioritizes safety, accessibility, and connection for all community members and transforms how we think about moving around our city, and particularly right here, the Northland. You'll notice that Kansas City has prioritized projects like these that improve connectivity and mobility across our community. We're committed to ensuring that Kansas Cityans can move around, that families can explore different parts of our city, and importantly, that we do it in every part of our city. I look to people like Anita Gorman and so many others who have worked for generations to make sure that we can have trails like this one throughout Kansas City, throughout Missouri, but particularly throughout the Northland, and I'm excited we can be here together today. This trail will now seamlessly connect 37th Street and North Main, extending to the entrance to the Waterworks Park, and now the entire trail connects the surrounding community with Waterworks Park and Briarcliff Elementary School. And I want to make sure I won't take too much time. I recognize our friends from the North Kansas City School District here. Superintendent Daniels does outstanding work. Everyone on your staff, faculty, you make it great to live in Kansas City, and thank you for all your work there. We're also proud to have the collaboration of our Public Works Department, Gunter Construction Company, and community advocates, some of whom will perhaps speak today or at least be available for interviews, who made this project possible. More than anything, I want to thank you, our taxpayers. Time and again, we have asked you for this level of support, and time and again, you have delivered. Whether it was general obligation bonds, other infrastructure investments, the park sales tax, and more. You have said you want to make sure that people, families, children, and so many others can get around every part of Kansas City, in each corner of Kansas City. We're celebrating that with the Briarcliff Nature Trail today, and we're proud to be here in the Northland to do it. With that, I know it's cold. I'll stop talking. We'll come back for questions. But for now, the 4th District at Large Councilman, Crispin Rea.
Good morning. Great cities are made of great neighborhoods, and great neighborhoods are made of great folks who work hard to make sure the neighborhoods are safe and clean, accessible, pedestrian-friendly, and better for children. Two of those great individuals are Tim and Jenny Johnston, the dynamic father-daughter duo. And for them, this day, this very day, this morning, has been 15 years in the making. And over those 15 years, they spent a lot of time dedicated to seeing the completion of this trail right here to this spot. They've been up here cleaning. They have maintained this space. I think as recent as yesterday, Tim, you were out here cleaning and sweeping the sidewalk. And that advocacy is why we are here today. 15 years, and just a couple months ago, we were almost done with this work. We were a couple $100,000 short of completing the project and a couple 100 feet short, and Jenny wrote us a lengthy email advocating for why we needed to complete this work. So we moved some money around and we got it done. And so if you could give them a round of applause for all the work they put in over the years. You heard the mayor talk about the scope of this project. And one portion of this that I am very excited about is that we will have children from Briarcliff Elementary who will be able to walk down here to Waterworks Park, which is one of my favorite parks in the city. And I'm very excited to see that, certainly when the weather gets a little warmer. Yeah, I do want to say a couple thank yous to Tim and Jenny. You guys have done incredible work. To Uday Menopoli with the Public Works Department, because as soon as I got the email from the Johnstons, I forwarded it to Uday, and he's the one who went looking for a solution and completed the things on the city side. To our friends from the North Kansas City School District, I want you to know that you have a city government that prioritizes your children, and we will continue to do everything we can to make sure that they have great amenities connected to their school and to their neighborhood. To our PIAC reps, we have Maggie Green, who is joining us here today, who is Councilman Bunch's PIAC rep, and my PIAC rep, John Fierro, because We took this project on last year in our PIAC process and made sure there was funding available. And to the Gunther Construction Company, the sidewalks we were standing on, this beautiful retaining wall, you have done beautiful, beautiful work in seeing this project through. And to my 4th District counterpart, Councilman Eric Bunch, it has been a great joy to work with him and get projects done, and this one is an example. We are partners in crime on this stuff, and we do prioritize basic city services and infrastructure. And with that, I will introduce Councilman Bunch.
See, the retaining wall is great. I can set my coffee down. I'll take my hat off and use the retaining wall for that as well. My hair is going to be pretty messy always. That's my vibe. And I wish Councilman Ray hadn't gone before me, because he basically just said everything I wanted to say, especially with regards to Tim and Jenny Johnston, who this has been a labor of love for them, so thank you so much. I think a lot of folks in the city, anywhere you are, if you enjoy being outside or you enjoy cities, sometimes you look at a map and you look at the Google aerials and you start noticing things that are like, wow, that's a really cool area that I'd like to go explore, and I would love to build a trail on it. I think many of us, and maybe it's just me, but the reality is these folks did it. They saw this amazing Greenway corridor, basically, and said, this needs to be accessible. We need to have a trail here, and let's connect a school to a park. Let's connect a neighborhood to a school. Let's connect great amenities like the disc golf course to the adjacent community. And they did it. And so I want to say thank you to you guys for working tirelessly, patiently, and sometimes not as patient, because sometimes, and that's a good thing. That's not a criticism. We've all been there to say that this is something simple. This is something that should just be easy to do, and we often make it a little harder than it needs to be. And thank you for your persistence, because many people would have just given up when folks in the neighborhood said that they didn't want it and told us not to build it. And then we went ahead and did it anyway, and lo and behold, it's a darn good thing. It's an amazing amenity that you guys have been a big part of creating. It's things like this little sidewalk here that opens up opportunities for neighborhoods. It opens up kids from the school to get in here into the park. It opens up the neighborhood to the school so the kids can get to the school. So this isn't the end of this. I know that there are other things we're going to be doing in this park, hopefully. So thank you all. Thanks for being out here. And I feel like I should mention Mark McHenry, our former director of Parks and Rec. I would be remiss if I didn't mention him. And of course, Anita Gorman. Always pleasure to see you out here. Thank you, everyone. And it is my pleasure to introduce our city manager, who is dressed for the occasion in his high vis, Mr. Brian Platt.
Thank you, everyone. One of the things that makes Kansas City so special is our park system and our outdoor space, and more importantly, how we weave it into the neighborhoods. It's so unique what we've got here, how we've got such beautiful, amazing public spaces in every neighborhood of Kansas City. This is one of so many that we're so proud of here. Thanks to the Parks team, Public Works team, all of our community advocates. As Councilman Bunch said, none of this happens without community advocacy on the ground. None of it. And so we're so happy that we've got the Johnson family and so many others that are pushing for things like this everywhere. Thank you so much. Who am I introducing? It's on the list here. I don't know. Questions?
The actual stars of the show.
All right, we did it! It's finally here! Oh my goodness, yes. June of 2010 is whenever we did the ribbon cutting for the very first phase down by the elementary school. And to put that in perspective, in September of 2010, that is when we also did the ribbon cutting for the Kit Bond Bridge. So if that feels like a forever and a day ago, you've heard the stories from everyone. It does feel like forever and a day ago that we started this thing. So also since then, we have had 3 different mayors We have had 3 different Parks Board directors. We've had 3 different parks, not 3, we've had dozens and dozens of Parks Board commissioners. We've had 12 PIAC reps. We've had an entirely new council district. So all of those obstacles and all those relationships we have built throughout the years to get us to where we are at today. So thank you again so much. I am very proud to introduce my partner in crime, but more importantly, has the very best title that I get to call, which is my dad, Tim Johnston.
I cannot believe that this day is here. I don't want to be like this, but I'm so emotional. There's been so many people that told us we could not do it, you won't do it. We've been threatened, we've been cajoled, everything. So to see this happen now means the world to me. Okay, now I got that out, maybe I can talk a little better. I want to thank the mayor for being here. I thought he might be out on his new movie career after his star performance last week. And I thought it was kind of like I think he stole something from a man I know he admires greatly, President-elect Trump. Reminded me of the time in Home Alone. And I think you took your cue from the president-to-be. Anyway, but Eric Bunch, I appreciate everything. We put it eloquently. We had to kind of lean on you a little bit to get things up here, and I appreciate you coming through. There he is back here. Okay. Councilman Rhea, when Jenny said we went through all these different council people, and Rhea came on, I said, boy, now we got to get another guy on board with us, and he came through shining. So I appreciate everything you've done for us to get this thing over the top. When we found out we were a few hundred feet short of finishing this trail, I was like, I can't wait another year. I can't make another PIAC presentation for this trail. 15 years of 14 and a half years, 174 months, and if anyone's counting, is how long it took for us to get this. And I said, I can't go through another PIAC, round to get money. So I'm glad you were able to get this money done. This trail is about a mile long. It starts at Briarcliff School. Anita Gorman was there on the groundbreaking on June of 2010. I cannot believe it's just amazing that you're still here and coming out to see these events. This is just fantastic. You mean a lot to everybody in the Northland. You're one of the people that I looked up to, and I said, gosh, she's just does all these great things. Why can't we do things in our neighborhood? And that's when I partnered with my daughter, and this is what we're doing. So, and then look at what she's done right now. This is Dad talking now. President of the Northland Chamber, I said, you got to be involved in your community. You got to do things for your community. Now she's doing it on a bigger scale. So anyway, I want to thank all of you for coming. I see my couple counterparts back there. Mr. Jones, we just finished a trail this summer in the Waterworks Park that connects up to North Point on North Oak. With Brian Votava, with North Point, they're going to build a huge trail along from North Oak all the way over to Holmes, and I think they're putting in an apartment thing too. But the big thing about that is the trail. I think they're putting an apartment building in as well. So thank you all for coming. Rochelle Daniels, our superintendent, love our schools. I'm the biggest advocate you've got. You know that for our North Kansas City School District. Chad Evans, good to see you here. Thank you all. Maggie Green, I recognize you there. So thank you for everyone for coming out. Thanks for attending, and enjoy our trails. Come back on a nice warm day and enjoy our trails. They're absolutely stunning. Thank you.
All right, thank you.